Um, Agassi names his perfect player. This I thought was a really good one. So, backhand, he said, this is what pretty much paid my bills. So I'm sticking to me.
Okay.
I argued for the longest time. Sorry, Djokovic fans. I argued for the longest time that Andre Agassi had the really good backhand and probably one of the best returners, if not the best, especially playing on fast grass, quote unquote. What are your thoughts on Agassi picking himself as the backhand?
I like it. I mean, it is an incredible backhand. It's probably, I mean, I would go as far as saying a top 3 backhand in history.
Yeah.
But you know, it makes sense to pick himself or pick one of the other top 2 guys, and I'm not mad at him picking himself.
Again, he's one of the most offensive backhands of all time. Djokovic does get the ball back a lot more, but he takes more risk. So I like that for sure.
Yeah.
And then obviously this is a funny one. So he said that serve, it's John Isner because of the angle from where the ball is coming from because he's so tall. But mechanically, the way he does it, it's flawless, was Pete Sampras. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with him. I think Pete Sampras had the most pure form. He was doing it with an 85 score in track it. You couldn't read where the ball was going, and his second serve was nuts.
115 average.
Yeah, so I think in Agassi, one of the greatest returners in history, faced it.
Right.
So he knows better than anyone. So yeah, I'm right there with him on that. I agree.
Yeah, he said Pete had the best normal size serve. Is what he called it, which I thought was
the best non-bot serve.
Right, yeah, so that was pretty funny. So now he went to mentality, and he said, by far, Novak Djokovic. Any thoughts on that?
The guy who's come from 2 sets down countless times and won in 5. Yeah, the guy who's broken foot all hearts countless times when he was down and found a way to win. I think that is a great choice.
Yeah, I agree. And now the forehand, he ended up picking, let me see here, I'm sorry. He ended up picking Federer.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I love the Federer forehand. I like that as a choice. Federer did a good job of flattening his ball out, taking his ball early, but still having RPMs on his ball and having action on it. So, yeah, I think Federer, his forehand, unless you're going to go the Nadal route and get the torquing, jumping over someone's backhand shot, Federer's is probably the most purebred right-handed forehand I'd pick. So,
And
yeah.
so, top 3, would you put Delpo there?
For his forehand?
Yeah.
The reason I personally am not putting him in my top 3 is Del Potro's forehand on the run is not competitive with Federer's forehand on the run.
Okay.
Stationary feet planted, I might go as far as saying Del Potro's forehand is superior.
Okay.
When Del Po's feet are planted and he loads on his forehand, I almost assume the rally's over. You know, no matter where the ball is on the court. That's how good that ball is and how heavy it is. But yeah, I remember watching him playing against the big 3, and they would do a great job of never letting him settle and load. And that's what made the matches so competitive and why you wouldn't see so many forehand winners. Of course, when he first broke out on the tour, he was clobbering them with it. But once they learned and started to strategize against him, you definitely realize the Del Potro forehand, there were strategies to neutralize it.
Yes.